share it with you. Okay, can you see my PPTs? Just a quick feedback,
Yes.
please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So every year, if you search on the Google that marketing trends, every year there are new trends that we have to speak about. So I choose only 3 trends today, and from these 3 trends, we will speak it detailed. I really like interactive lectures, so please, when you have question in one PPT, do not hesitate to ask me. I will answer at the end of the lectures too to the questions, but if there is something is not clear, please ask me. Okay.
Okay.
So yesterday when I started to think that what should I show to you today to be interactive, to be actual, then I think we should start this year, this 2020. It's an amazing year and it's not in the meaning of the best. So this COVID situation gives really other things in our life than usually. So I think when we started to speak about the trends and actuality, we should speak about the home office. For example, these chat programs, Zoom, GoToMeeting, Google Meets, and then so on, develop a lot because of home office working. And how lucky we are that we can teach online and you can learn online. And how lucky we are that today I can make this presentation from Hungary and you are at home. So it's a great opportunity. Of course, this year in Hungary, we can feel it, and maybe you can feel it in Russian too, that the digital marketing, that online marketing is developed a lot. So because of COVID, because of lockdown, lots of people started to buying food on the internet, ordering online. So it's a new things. And for example, Auchan, Tesco, and this brands started to deliver the food from the shop to home. So it's new for us. And I think we changed a lot. So the inner things make more sense, and the family, what is more important and what is matter. So we help the elderly family to make the shopping instead of them. And in case of marketing, so here are the 3 things what I would like to speaking about today. The first is the marketing conceptual changes. So I will use a book of Kotler. I'm sure you have heard about him. He's an American marketing science, and every year he writes a new book. So it's amazing how he works. And now, in case of marketing, it's said to be that he writes the Bible of the marketing. Of course, it's a joke, but usually I followed him. You can follow him on the YouTube too, and you can read his articles. And then from the second trend, I would like to speak about to being good. What does it mean? We will speak about a little bit CSR, consumer response, how company would like to make their things better in a better way. And last but not least, it will be just a sum up. It's about efficiency. I'm sure you are master students, so I'm sure that you are dealing with controlling, marketing controlling, some efficiency. And that's why I would like to end my presentation today with this topic. So here are the changing patterns of 2020. So we can speak that we are moving from traditional shopping to online purchasing. So more and more purchases is go online. You won't believe me, in Hungary, this is only 5%. So 100% is a whole. So 95% we buy the things in the store, and only 5% what we make on the internet. For example, this percent in Germany is around 16%. Okay, and we can see that this COVID situation changes this. And then we have to speak about digital marketing. We are really well informed. We can see everything on the internet. We can search for information. For example, when we would like to buy a washing machine, the third topic will be consumer behavior, and I will show you consumer behavior pattern, how it changed. And social marketing, social media, unfortunately there are really lots of effect on our life. I would like to suggest you a movie. It's on the Netflix. It's a social dilemma. Its name is. It was really terrifying for me when I watching this movie, that how Facebook manipulate us, how Facebook follow our customs, and the all the other social media things. So it was shocking for me. So I really suggest to watch this movie, Social Dilemma. It's title. Okay, and then another trend is focusing on Generation Z. Maybe you have heard about this generation theory. I'm really deals a lot with this because of my students. These are you, I guess, and you are
Yes,
completely different.
popular
Yes.
in Russia too, and some of our students are also working on with research about Generation Z. So
Oh, so good news, Sophia. Then we can change experiences. So maybe if we will continue the working, we
mhm.
can make a lecture on this, because you students, you are completely different. For example, I guess with Sophia and Maria, we learn from books, but your generation is different. So today, at the end of the presentation, there will be a Kahoot game, and you can use your mobile phone for playing, and I will ask your feedback on in case of a play, because you need a more interactive lecture, you need a more interactive teaching materials, and so on. Okay, and then with a trend is the branding, the importance of branding. So this will be our last lecture, the fourth one, on next Thursday. And the personalization, the tailor-made solution. We would like to everything to be tailor-made, to be personalized for us, for our demands. So the companies has to make a consumer-centered approach. What does it mean? So the products, the services has to meet the criteria what the consumer needs. And another trend is the interactive communication. It means, for example, this chatbot. Maybe you can find it on the internet in some online stores. That if you have any question, you can write it, and you will get a feedback. You will get an answer. There are the so-called frequent asked questions. So what mainly consumers wanted to ask, and they make it an automative way. So I ask something, and then the robot, the chatbot, will answer to me. And artificial intelligence, I'm sure you have heard about it. So these web shops are used artificial intelligence as Facebook too, and that's why they know that what kind of products we are looking for. Okay, let's start with the first. So the conceptual changes. So I use these books for today's lectures. You can see it in the internet. So in all of it, this is the basic, the Kotler marketing management. I have learned from this, and I think it has 16th or 17th different edition. So they always renewed this book. And then we can see that Kotler always make publication with someone else. And this is the marketing 3.0 and 4.0. I will speak about this detailed. So I would like to tell you about the development of marketing, how it is developed and where are we today. So I would like to show you these four stages, and I will show you these four stages one by one, really detailed way. So marketing 1.0, we call this era, it was a product centric era. And the best example for this, Henry Ford's T model. I will speak it later. Marketing 2.0 is a consumer centric one. So in the focus now, the consumer needs, what they want. The difference between the two, that in marketing 1.0, the focus were on your manufacturing. So manufacture really good products. And in this phase, they do not care about what the consumer wants. But in the second phase, it's really important what we want, our demands and our needs. In marketing 3.0, we are not only human beings, We are not only consumers, we have mind, heart, and spirit, and we would like to buy things which is not harmful, which does not have harmful effect to the environment, for example. And marketing 4.0 is the same as marketing 3.0, but everything is digital. So moving traditional to digital, Kotler said. So it's almost the same, but in the online here. So marketing 1.0, I told you this is the best example, and don't forget it because I will ask it in the Kahoot, that Henry Ford's T model. What does it mean? In the last sentence, you can see it was one of the famous saying of Henry Ford, that any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants so long as it is black. So can you imagine nowadays if we could only buy black cars? We can buy colorful cars and everybody can choose his or her favorite color. But in the marketing 1.0, at this time, Henry Ford's T model was a really new development. At that time, the roads weren't so good, and that's why they need a really good cars. There were cars earlier than Henry Ford's T model, but only the very rich can afford to have this car. And the family, for example, went to a picnic and they bring a driver too and the repairer who repairs the car when the family having the picnic, because they could, otherwise they couldn't go home with that car. And this was the novelty, that this was the first car. It was for affordable price for everybody, and it was really good, so you do not have to repair it. So it was a basic product, very basic. All the cars were the same, and the target audience was the mass market. So this was the marketing 1.0. The marketing 2.0, you can remember that it's a consumer centered approach, that we are in an information age, in an information technology, and we are really well informed. For example, what do you do when you would like to buy something? We always search on the internet. And in digital marketing, I teach, it's unbelievable for me that we can order shoes from online shops, because I usually like to try that shoes, but we have such a good description about the shoes. Or, for example, the perfumery. We always have to smell it, but we smell it in the traditional shop and then we buy it online for cheaper. Okay, so that is the difference, that we have information and we can distinguish the different products. We can distinguish the prices. So I can search on the prices too on the internet. And we can compare the several products, the several offerings, the services, the prices. And of course, everybody has different preferences, and everybody can choose according his or her preferences. Sorry. So in this age, I never feel it, but it's said to be that we are a king and we get what we want. So it's really a customer oriented era. In a marketing 3.0, we are not only consumers, we are not only human beings, we have mind, heart, and spirit, and we would like to make a world for a better place with our product choice. For example, when we do not buy cosmetics, women cosmetics that were tested on animals, it's a good example for this. So it's not only a private decision, it's a social, environmental, and an ecological decision. So it's a fulfillment, it's an emotional fulfillment can be. What is the aim? To make the consumer satisfied and to provide a solution that address problems in the society. For example, I'm sure that there are maybe in this Christmas time, for example, you can buy something with that product, you can support elderly, you can support schools with that product. So maybe you will pay a little bit more, but not much, and you will make a good things. So these are the environmental issues what we have to spoke about here. And if you remember, I told to you that 4.0, there is nothing different, just the digitalization. So this marketing 3.0 in an online version. So I write here again that the new customer trend is the social media. And I have read that you are, dear students, you are in a generation Z, and you use social media sites more than 4 or 5 hours a day. So it's amazing huge. In this table, you can find the comparison of the marketing 1, 2, and 3.0. So in the first stage, the objective was to sell the product. In the second one, to satisfy and retain the consumers. When we're retaining the consumers, it it means that the consumers will make a rebuy, so will buy again products from us. And in the marketing 3.0, the objective was to make a world a better place with my product choice. You can see here the enabling forces. The enabling forces why this stage is coming. It was the industrial revolution, the mass production. Okay. In this case, in this second stage, the information technology, and in this case, the new wave technology, how companies see the market. In this time, there were mass buyers. In the second phase, there are smarter buyers, and in the third one, whole human being. You can understand now why the needs are different. The key marketing concept in the product centric era was the product development. In the consumer centric era was they emphasize the differentiation. And in the value driven marketing era, how we called marketing 3.0, we emphasize the value of the product. The company marketing guidelines. In the first case is the product specification. In the second one, it's a corporate and product positioning. I'm sure that in marketing you have heard about segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We can make another lecture. This is one of my favorite topics. Positioning meaning it means that I make a special marketing communication for their product to reach the target audience. And in the marketing 3.0, the mission, vision, and values are integrated in case of a corporation. So what is the value proposition in case of marketing 1.0? In case of T model, Henry Ford's T model, it was the functionality that these cars were really good and people can use these cars. In the marketing 2.0, it was a functional and emotional proposition. And nowadays, there are added the spiritual position. The interaction with the consumers, how does it work? In the marketing 1.0, one-to-many transaction. So the company was one and they sell the same product to many. In marketing 2.0, one-to-one relationship. What does it mean? I mentioned the interactivity with the consumers. So I can write to the chatbot and I will get an answer for this, for example. And in the marketing 3.0, there is a many-to-many collaboration. I will send it to you and then you can understand this table to you. One thing is really important in case of consumer behavior, in case of selling a product, and this is the satisfaction. There is a so-called perceived value. When we buy something, maybe when I bought this phone, I have a perceived value that what I want to get for my money, how I imagine this new phone. And there is a difference between the benefits, what I got, and what I expected. And we are satisfied. When are we satisfied? When we get more what we expected earlier. Okay, so it's easier than what is on the PPT. So just always think of an example when you were satisfied with one product. You were satisfied in that case when you got more for your money that you expected. And this is really important because what happens when we are satisfied? When we are satisfied, we will go that shop again. Just imagine the shop where you usually buy your food, where your family makes the buying for the weekends. Okay, you go there to that shops because you are satisfied with that shops. You are satisfied with the commodities, with the services in that shops. And that's why you will go there again. Okay. And the loyalty, when we are satisfied, we will make rebuying, we will prefer that product, that service, and then we will loyal to that shops, and then we will loyal to that brand. That's why nowadays has a great importance of branding. I will speak on the fourth occasion from the brand value. What does it mean? And how the products and things are branded. And you can see here the customer loyalty. This is the different degree. So when we are loyal, we will recommend that shops, that phone to others. We will buy more from that shops. Sometimes we are neutral. When we are neutral, it means that okay, that brand was good, but maybe next time I will try something other. Okay, but in this case, I can continue buying from that shops. And what does it mean when we are not loyal? We will buy less, we won't go again, we will stop buying. And it's very interesting when we are unsatisfied. We say it at least 10% that, for example, I ate wrong things in that restaurant. And in the social media, these 10 people, it means maybe 80 shares in the social media when I'm unsatisfied with something. It's interesting. When we are satisfied, it's okay, it's natural. Then we do not say it to others. But when we are unsatisfied, then we are angry, for example, with a brand, then we will tell it to others. Okay, and I would like to show to you some examples that what can be marketed because we are always thinking of the goods. Because when we are going to a shop, we can see the lots of commodities there. We can see the different brand, but we never imagine what else can be marketed, what else can be branded. Services can also be branded. Events and experiences. I will show examples one by one for this. Persons can market it. Places and properties, organizations, information, ideas, lots of things can be marketed. And I would like to show to you some examples. A product marketed. For example, your famous brand, Lada. It's remarketed again, I guess. And these are really nice, well designed, and really good cars. Services can. Yes, Sophia, please.
Yes, Lada is a good Russian car, maybe.
Yes, yes,
But
and I
yeah,
think 3 years ago, I have been for 5 days in St. Petersburg with my mom,
oh,
and I didn't know that Lada has new designed cars. And first, I could see in the airport that Lada has new design and produced cars. So
yes, in new design, it is really good, and it has a good price also for Russian market.
yes, 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 it has a good price in Hungary too. So
Mm.
I think it's a really
Also
good
have Lada
brand.
in Hungary? Have Lada?
Yes, yes, yes. After this summer, Lada came, and yes, there are brand shops, Lada brand shops, and we can buy it. Yes,
No? Good news.
yes. And service can be marketed. When I have been to Moscow too. I used Euroflot, your service. And events. The first event which came into my mind was the FIFA World Cup in 2018 and the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi in 2014. So now you can understand, dear student, that how an event can be marketed. For example, if this FIFA World Cup has special Kabbalahs. And I could buy the Kabbalah in the airport at that time. And person can market it too. So I put Sharapova, your famous tennis player here. I put Raikkonen, Formula One, famous pilot, and so these famous people are branded. Places can be marketed. Here is a picture from Moscow. This is a picture from St. Petersburg. I put this picture from Budapest. You are always welcomed, and I hope after COVID you can visit us too. Budapest is really so beautiful. And I put New York. Yes, this is the building of Parliament. You can see, and this is a famous bridge here. And
It's very beautiful.
behind it's a Parliament. We are very proud of the Parliament. It's said to be one of the nicest parliament in the world. But
Yeah,
you
I
know
agree.
yes, you know we always have to clean it because the air pollution is big in Budapest, and it's always cleaned. So I never can make a picture when it is ready because it's always cleaned. Yes, and I put a brand here. I love New York. It's a really famous brand, and you can buy everything with these logos. So, and I wanted to mention to you Spain too, Barcelona. I think Barcelona is really branded. Last summer, I have been there for a weekend, and it was shocking for me that for a weekend I could see everything what is there because I could read a lot on the internet what to see and how to go, but a weekend was completely enough for me to visit Barcelona. So there is a more branded than the actual value. It was shocking for me. Organizations can be branded too. I put here Worldwide Fund for Nature, and the emblematic logo is a Chinese panda. They have to make a special program to save the pandas. And I put here BRICS. I mentioned to you that I teach international trade, and BRICS is an integration. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are in the integration. And last but not least, I put a picture from my dogs. They are Hungarian Shepherd dogs. It's brand, it's Puli, and only we have this kind of dogs. So it's a really famous Hungarian brand. My dogs.
Cool.
Okay, so I think now you get a little bit more view that what else can be marketed than a product. So I would like to show you some examples, some unusual business examples. So Coca-Cola has not an iconic status, and Santa Claus coming only in 1930. Santa Claus was a good choice because it's red and white as Coca-Cola, and I think every children is waiting for Santa Claus, and we have positive association. It's always interesting. Santa Claus coming in Hungary on the 6th of December, and we got lots of chocolate from Santa Claus. And Christmas in Hungary is on the 24th of December, and Jesus who is bringing the present, not Santa Claus in case of Hungary. And I know your holiday is in January. Sophia, help me. In the 5th around.
Yes, we have Christmas, 7th of January.
And who brings the present?
The present we have usually on New Year Eve. So it's Russian kind of Santa Claus. It's Ded Moroz. So and I maybe somebody will help me on Christmas. I can't say we have presents from Ded Moroz. Yes.
Yeah,
Santa
this
Claus.
tradition mostly shifted from Christmas to New Year in our countries. So
I see. So these are the cultural differences. And it was a good choice going back to Coca-Cola to choose Santa Claus. And after 40 years in 1971, they would like to teach the world to sing. What does it mean? That's why they always choose some popular music to the brands, to the advertisement. Popular music, what youngs loves, and that's why they can be so successful. Coca-Cola is an unhealthy product with lots of sugar contain, and they can sell this product. And they say that this is the secret of happiness. My other example is IKEA. Maybe you know the brand. It's a Swedish furniture brand. This IKEA is already in the marketing 3.0 stage. You won't believe me that a Swedish woman started to make a group, and they started to redesign the furniture at home. Maybe they paint it and they make a Facebook group and they make photos that how they redesign a product. And in this way, the company knows what is the demand of the consumers. Now it's changed. The companies support these ladies, and they give the product to them to redesign it, and they make it. So now the IKEA is listening to the consumers demand, and they started to produce the product according to the demand. Okay, so this is the interactivity which I mentioned to you earlier. Walt Disney is my other favorite example. So how you should read about Walt Disney life. He was he always think different. At that time there were only black and white movies. The movies were without voice, and there were only 5 minutes long movies. And then he created a colorful movies, a whole night long movies, more than 1 hour, and there were animals in the movies, and the animals started to speak. And I would like to show to you something, a homepage. I didn't know that Disney's has their shops. They have their entertainment, amusement parks, and they have their shops. And everything can be buy here. Maybe you have your own favorite characters. One of my favorite characters, of course, was Mickey. And I can buy a Mickey sleepwear here, or pajamas, or anything, a pillow from Mickey. And that's why I wanted to show to you this homepage, because this homepage is really successful. So they earn with the homepage as much as money than with the films. So that's why is it important. And of course, I have to mention Steve Jobs. On the internet, you can find video from him. He was, I think, the greatest presenter of ever. He was a master of storyteller. He never used PPT. There was only one PPT, a background, the new product. And he was speaking about the new product more than an hour, the development and everything. And I think that was the best for the company when he makes it. So now I can see that there is a decrease in the selling, because there are lots of manufacturers who are as good as Apple now. So that's why I wanted to show to you these examples. The future of marketing, what we can see, what is the future of it? So what does it mean, horizontal marketing, and what does it mean, vertical marketing? Horizontal marketing, when, for example, competitors developed products together. For example, Apple and Samsung has common development, the two big mobile phone manufacturers. They use each other's parts. Vertical marketing, vertical, it means when I buy some parts from other companies, and I make the product, I produce the product from that parts, and then I will sell it to the final consumers. This is vertical. And now I have to emphasize that the horizontal marketing will be the future, when competitors too will work together to develop new products. So the discipline of marketing, this was the product, customer, and brand management. Today's marketing concepts, I'm sure that you have heard about the 4 Ps, the segmentation, which I mentioned, STP marketing, which is really famous and really important, I think, and the brand building. And what is the future concept? Co-creation, communitization, and character building. As I showed to you that how to build a famous sportman, how to build a brand for a city, for example. So this branding will be the future of marketing, how I imagine. So this is a kind of,
Excuse me.
yes, I go back.
Could you please repeat the definition of the horizontal marketing?
Yes. So it's with my own word. Horizontal marketing is that when, for example, competitors can make a common product development together. And my example was Apple mobile phone and the Korean Samsung, that they use each other parts in their own phones, because together they can develop better products. That is a kind of horizontal marketing, a horizontal cooperation, we can say. Is it clear now?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Now we can see the vertical marketing. So there is a part, we manufacture a product from that, and we will communicate with the final consumers. That is now how it is working today. And what is this values driven marketing? So we have to transfer a value to our consumer, a value, what is important for them. For example, this women cosmetic again, which is not tested on animals, to make our place a better place, for example. Or for example, now in Hungary, because of this COVID situation, some students start to help elderlies to make the shopping instead of them. And it's a big campaign to help somebody to taking care with the society, to taking care of each other, to taking care, for example, with my neighbors who are elderlies, and I ask them what to buy for them if I go to the shop. Okay, so this value is the important. And here you can see this value-based matrix. You can read about it on the internet more and more. This is the mind, heart, and spirit. This was marketing 3.0, if you remember back. And these are the mission, the vision, and the values. And in case of mind, we are delivering satisfaction. In case of heart, we are realize an aspiration. And in case of spirit, we practice a compassion. In case of vision, so in case of mind, the profitability is important. In case of heart, the returnability. And in the spirit, the sustainability, that we should live in a sustainable way. For example, nowadays we buy too much clothes. We have lots of shoes, jeans, and so on. And we do not need as much as shoes and as much as clothes what we buy. And in case of producing, for example, a jeans, more than 7,000 liter water is needed. And it means only to produce one jeans. And it's not sustainable nowadays that we have more than 10 jeans, I guess. And in case of the values, in case of mind, to be better, in case of heart, to be different. It was Apple's slogan too, to be different, to make it different, to think different. You can hear in lots of companies slogan. And in case of spirit, it's important to make the difference, not only to be different, to make it.
Can you give
And
some examples to be different? How it is?
yes. For example, this new things in Hungary, that we are different with that we taking care for our neighbors, for example. Now this is coming to my mind. Or for example, a brand can be different if that brand support, for example, some animal shelter place. And if I buy that brand, I can support that animal shelter place. That is what we are making different. This can be a brand value, for example.
Thank you.
Welcome. Last but not least, to end this part, here you can see the 10 credos of Marketing 3.0. It's really important to know your customer, but you have to love them and you have to respect your competitors. Why is it important to respect competitors? You have to know your competitors, you have to know their brand, their product, their services, in what they are better than you, and maybe you can cooperate with them. Credo 2, be sensitive to change, be ready to transform. Lots of people afraid of the change. Yes, for example, now in this situation, we are afraid of this new situation, about this COVID, about this sickness. But we can make changes in our life. And I hope that in the long run, it will be good for us. Of course, when the sickness will disappear, but I hope we can change too, and not only the brands. Maybe you have heard Black Friday. Black Friday is a really big online shopping day. It's the last Friday of November, I guess. And here in Hungary, these shops sell outdoor things. So when I wanted to walk to the hill, and I can buy outdoor product from them. And this shop and this online shop was closed on that Friday because they communicate that they go for a walk to the hills because they do not want to sell on that day, because consumers doesn't need as much as clothes and so on. And that's why, please think it over, that do you really need that new clothes or not? And this company makes it in this year in Hungary. So it was amazing for me that this was the only one company that makes it. It's not a Hungarian brand, and they make it on the whole world. Credo 3, guard your name, to be clear about who you are. It's always important to clear your brand, to clear your objectives to your consumers. Okay, because consumers otherwise cannot get you better. I think you know your company the best. So that's why you have to transmit that communication, transmit their value. Credo 4, customers are diverse. Go first to those who can benefit most from you. So at first you can sell your product to that person who really desire to have your product. And first we have to find them. Credo 5, always offer a good package at a fair price. Price is always important. So in the 4 P's, I think this is the most difficult to optimize the price for the first. Credo 6, always make yourself available, spread the good news. Now we can see in the media, but I hope in Russian is it different, but here I can see only the negative news, and lots of negative news. Not because of the COVID, it's about the media. And in this Marketing 3.0 is about spread the good news, not the wrong ones.
I think we have the same as in Hungary. It's
You
bad
have the
news
same.
more
Yes.
than good. Yes.
We have a lots of medicine advertisement. My husband's sister lives in Sweden, and her husband is Swedish. And last Christmas, Patrick asked for me that our Hungarians are so sick. And I asked Patrick, why do you think? Because when I'm watching a movie here in Hungary, I can see at least 10 medicine advertisement on one night. In Sweden, I can see only one in one night. So it was a huge difference. Okay, Credo 7, get your customers, keep and grow them. So it's not enough to get your customers. It's important to communicate with them. It's important to deal with them. So that's how you can make your customers loyal. Credo 8, whatever your business, it is a service business. So you always provide a service. You always have to communicate what you do. Credo 9, always refine our business process in terms of quality, cost, and delivery. So quality is a really important things with costs. And nowadays the delivery option because of online ordering. And last but not least, the Credo 10, gather relevant information, but use wisdom in making your final decision. So you do not need all the information from your customers. We always have to give a lots of information. But what is really, really important, the name, the address, the email address, and maybe the date of birth, because I can give special promotion on the birthday. Okay, so that's all what is needed.
I wanted to ask where
Camila, please.
I wanted to ask where are these 10 credos from?
These are all from the Kotler's book, from Marketing 3.0.
Okay.
So you will find these 10 credos. On the first PPT, there were 3 books, and this is in the Marketing 3.0 books of Kotler.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And now we change to the second trend, to being good, a kind of CSR activity. I'm sure that you have heard about CSR, but what is new here is a CSV. It's creating shared value. You have to know that this name is unknown, but the CSR content is increased with this, and I will show to you how. So CSR is only a good mission, or what is CSR? I write to you the historical development of CSR, how it develops. In 1950s, it was all about the product safety, the workplace safety, the labor rights, and a little bit from the environmental protection. 10 years later, Levitt's and Friedman views was a withdrawing force. It means a social responsibility is the task of the government, not the companies. 10 years later, in 1970s, it was about sensitivity. It was about a performance, to make a good performance for a company. In 1980s, there were more empirical studies, and corporates started to act ethically. And the famous stakeholder theory is coming out. In 1990s, it was all about the environmental protection and the management system because of this quality management. I think you have heard about it, this ISO quality management system. I think it's a German one. And that's why in this year, the focus was on the environmental things. Since
They use it also in Russia. Many companies are working with ICO. Yes.
With this, yes, thank you. Yes, we have to tell you students that in the different branch there are different quality management. So you will find when you go to work companies, you can meet with other quality management system too. And from 2000, a strategical foundation was here. So CSR we have to regard CSR as a strategical tool, which is essential to being good and making profitable companies. And here are the 4 dimensions of the CSR. So there is an economic responsibility, a legal one, an ethical one, and the discretionary responsibility. Maybe you do not know this. It's about the voluntary corporate activity that attempt to help the society. That's why it's its name. And I make a figure to you. So these are the 3 pillars according to the European Commission, that the 3 pillars of CSRs nowadays. And here are the 3 pillars: the economy, the environmental, and the society pillars. We know the environment, so a natural environment, civil organizations. So these are the authorities, the members who taking care with it. And these are the topics. So resource efficient production, environmentally friendly procedures, reduction of water, for example, of air and soil pollution, reduce the waste of water, reduce the waste. So we know this, I think. And what are the economic pillars? So in case of the economic pillars, we have to take into consideration the demands of the customers, consumers, the government sectors, other investors, suppliers, and business partners. And what can be the topic? The topic can be, for example, product safety, fair pricing, and ethical advertising, a responsible supply chain management, a customer satisfaction, the customer's expectations. And last but not least, the society divided into two. So we have to speak in case of society about workplace and community. In the workplace, there are the trade unions, employers, local communities, employees. And in case of other community, the authorities are here and the civil organizations. In case of workplace, we have to think of the employees' health, the diversity in the workplace, the training and personal developments, the employees' right, the employees' job satisfaction, equal opportunity, and so on. And in case of community, we have to speak about the education, the healthcare, and the social integration, the quality of life, I mean the work and private life balance to find it. So again, so here are the three pillars. In this round, in the inner round, there are the stakeholder groups. You can see it in the PPT. And in the outsider round, there were the important topic. So I hope this is new for you. I was very happy when I found this because it was a good grouping of CSR activities. And the marketing can help to give value to the employees. And I would like to show to you some examples that how companies which are now still in the marketing 3.0, how can they make their employees more committed? Okay, I will show it to you. So it will be a guideline. So I would like to show it some business examples. Maybe you know the brand Johnson and Johnson. This company manufactured baby soaps, baby shampoo, and lots of baby things. But now for adults too. So not only for babies. So this company realized that they have to give value to the employees to making them committed. Why is it important when you will work for a company? Why would it be important to be loyal, to be committed? Maybe it will take a year or more when you will learn everything in the company, what you needed to your daily job. And that's why it costs really much for the company when the employees changing. So when they change their job, maybe I put 1 year on that employee's work and then he will change. And I lost that 1 year and it's a huge cost. And that's why is it easier to make the employees satisfied and then they make their jobs happily. And when people are happy in their workplace, they make their jobs more efficient. That's why is it important. And this is marketing too. It's an inner communication in case of a company. So Johnson wanted to balance family and work lifestyle. And that's why, for example, when there are overseas assignment, so when there are new job places, for example, in the USA or in Asia, then couple can be expected. What does it mean? So not only the husband get a new job, the wife the wife is welcomed too in the same job place, but in another country that they can go together. And let's see the last point. There is no business meetings on Friday, and they can go home earlier and make their family weekends. So these are not big things, but it really matters for the employees.
Noemi, Can
Yes.
you, yes, how it works that we understand that people have balanced family work lifestyle, for example, or that people are happy, maybe how we understand it and what we do?
Y- Yes, yes. I know I understand your view. I understand your point. Um, Maybe this company makes a personalized job path. What does it mean? A personalized development. So they are speaking with the employees one by one that what they are expected in the next 5 years, how they would like to development, what kind of things they would like to do in the company, and they make some tests that what are the strengths of that employees and how they can make it together. So they wanted to use the employees strengths, and they try to make a personalized path in the company for that employees to develop. For example, when somebody say that he would like to learn Russian, for example, and then maybe they started to teach that employees. Big companies make this. They started to teach languages for the employees, and after a while, maybe who learned Russian, then that employees can go for a year to work to Russia if they want. Okay, so they have really good motivation, and they make these motivation steps one by one and personalized in each employees who are the strategical importance. So not in you do not have to think that they make it in case of every employees. They started with the strategical one. Who are the strategical ones? um, whom we cannot substitute. Okay, so the managers, for example, and the best employees. They start this with the best employees. But for example, the last point is affected all the employees. So all the employees have a shorter day on Fridays to go home earlier. Okay, somehow you have to imagine this.
I'd like to have also a short day on Friday.
Yes, me too. We usually have part-time lectures on Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, so you see here the shared values and the common behavior in marketing 3.0. And here we have to speak about the three C's: the creativity, the collaboration in the workplace, and the cultural differences. So how is it important? These all affects our behavior in the workplace. And these behaviors can influence influenced by the company too. I will say it later. I will show it to you. Yes, here is the 6 segments of the employees. So we have spoken about segmentation. Segmentation means a grouping, and in this case, we make 6 different group in case of Johnson and Johnson company. So the first group who feels that they have low obligation and easy income segment, it's a, it's a group of employees who look for quick wins. So they want to earn quick, lots of money, and and that's their aim. On the second segment, the flexible support segment is a group that goes with the flow because they do not see a job as a priority yet. Okay, so for this group, I have to highlight the advantages of their job. I have to highlight the development because they cannot see it. It's in their segment. The third segment is called the risk and reward segment. Who they are? They are who sees jobs as opportunities to challenge and excite them. So they like their jobs and they feel the opportunities how to develop. So I have to give special opportunities for this group to motivate them in normal way. The fourth segment, it's an individual expertise, and the team success segment, it's in the name. What is important for them? The teamwork and the collaboration. these people who are in these segments are really communicate well. And that's why they really like to work in a team. They are more efficient in a team than individual. So for these people, I have to work some teamworks, for example. The fixed segments, the secure progress segments, looks for a promising career path. That is the career path which I mentioned earlier. For example, to teach them in foreign languages, and then they can go to work abroad if they want. And last but not least, the sixth segment, it's a segment of people who create a long-lasting impact on the company. So these are the strategical one. And these segments were made according to the employees' behavior, the employees' motivation, the employees' activity, and according to their daily work. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, really interesting. And
Yes.
is it really works on the company? They
It's
work
unbelievable for me
with
too,
each
but
person and say you're from first group, so like that, or what?
I can see in some companies I can read that they have really advanced company culture, and they can make it somehow. So it's really unbelievable for me too, because in Hungary I cannot see if this is working, but hopefully in the future it will. I hope so.
Okay.
I'm always positive. Okay, and here I would like to show to you and highlight the CSV, the customer shared value. This will be according an article from Porter and Kramer. It was in 2011. You can find this article. It was in the Harvard Business Review, and its title was Creating Shared Value. You will find it according to this. And they were the first who make a definition of this shared value. So this is the new CSR, we can say. But we call it CSR because the CSV didn't spread away. What is it different? That I will show it, and then you will understand that CSR is only about responsibility, but CSV is about creating value and transmit that value to the consumers, and the consumers feel better. They feel that they got this different product. I will show it to you. And we will have controlling opportunities in this. What does it mean? That I can observe the consumers more. I can know better their demands, and I can produce the product according to their demands. And in this case, there are three ways that I can create a shared value. You can see here, I can reconvencing a product, I can reconvencing a market. Secondly, I can redefining productivity in the value chain. I will show an example for this. And then thirdly, I can build supportive industry clusters at the company's locations. And here are my examples, and I will ask it in the Kahoot game too. So I hope you are not so tired, but I know that it's late in Russia. So Walmart. Walmart is a big chain. It sells mainly food in the USA. What Walmart makes? Walmart start to reduce its packaging and try to find new route to the trucks in the logistics. And you won't believe me that they can cut 100 million miles from its delivery routes more than 10 years ago. And in this way, they can save $200 million. What does it mean? They sell it, they market it as they act greenly. But it's about profitability. It's always about profitability. Okay. But it's better because the air pollution is less. They use less fuel and so on. But you can think the CSV the way like this. So in the CSV there is the profitability too. Or Coca-Cola. In 2004, Coca-Cola reduce its water consumption by 9%. It's really much. Coca-Cola and other beverages manufacturer really use lots of water. Or my favorite example is Adidas. Adidas is a German brand. And in the branding, I will tell to you that two brothers founded Adidas. And the other brother will be the Puma. Maybe you know the brand. And what Adidas makes? Adidas was the first company who produced shoes from the ocean waste. So maybe you know that there are lots of oceanic waste, this plastic, and they started to produce shoes from this. And these shoes are really expensive, and consumers buy these shoes. So it's amazing. And the Bayern München and Real Madrid football players' dress are from this oceanic waste too. So you can see here the company productivity according to CSV. So it has an environmental impact, but it can influence the suppliers, how to change and how to find the suppliers. It can have an effect on employee skills, on worker safety, on employees' health, and we can see that water consumption too, and other energy use. So these can be the parts of CSV in case of company productivity to make them profitable. And here you will find the difference, the main difference. So I would like to tell you again, the main difference is on the profit. So when it was CSR, that companies did not start to make it because they do not have to make it. Government do not ask to make it. But in case of CSV, that is the different, that they can see the profitability in this option. And then they can think it over and they can act differently. So that I hope this CSV, this creating shared value, was new for you. And here you can find the Unilever. Maybe you have this brand. Unilever produce lots of things, produce soap, produce washing powder, produce soup, for example, other kind of food. And here are the four stages, what we have learned, and this is combined by CSR, CSV. So at the first phase, in case of CSV, it was philanthropic things that no one makes it, but everyone heard about this. Okay, so no one makes it really. In the second stage, it was a strategic view that some companies realized that they can have a competitive advantage if they started to use CSR. But in the third stage, they integrated it. What does it mean? That they start to use as a marketing tool and they tell it to their customers that how good they are. And last but not least, in the 4.0, it's the digitalization. We have speak in the marketing 4.0 that what happens? That, for example, on Facebook, they shared their good activities and the information spread and lots of people can believe that that brand is good, that brand support this and this, and maybe they will make a different brand shopping. So they will choose that brand maybe because of that. Okay, so that's how these two topics were combined and were integrated. Yes, and two more examples from Unilever. Lifebuoy, maybe you know the soap. For example, they teach people how they have to wash their hand effectively. Or yes, Sophia? No? Okay, or in case of Lipton, maybe you know the brand Lipton tea. For example, they wanted to give for the farmers who has the tea a better life. So that's why they started to improve the land and they cultivate the tea in this way. So it was a kind of Rainforest Alliance certificated tea, this product. Yes, and some more. So what are the trends for CSR? So this sustainability things, sustainability goals, the synergetic approach to use more natural things in synergy with the nature, the measurement. That's why I will tell only some sentences about controlling, the corporate activism, and last, the employees volunteer programs. And this is the importance, what is here, that CSR is no longer an outstanding advantage. It's rather to become a condition that stay in the competition, to be in the competition. And I guess I will play now.
One question, yes. What is
Yes.
the corporate activism? How it works?
Corporate activism, for example, I could see here in Hungary in the Bosch company that, for example, on Saturday they say that they can go to a school and they would like to help to a class, and they can, as a teamwork, paint the class room. So they can renovate it, the classroom for the students, and it's a CSV activity, and for the workers it's a team building, and it's a volunteer program, so it's not obligatory for the workers, and of course it's Saturday, so it's their free time and free day, but it works really well. So a group of friends go together and make something good, and they realize that this group of friends work in the workplace in a better way when they make something different as they work together. So it's a kind of team building activity.
And how it's come in profit, or it's not going to be profit?
It's not a profit. This employee volunteer program is not a profit. No.
But it's why they do it for why company do it?
For team building, it's only a tool of team building, I read. One of my friends usually is in a team building, and of course they do not go every Saturday. They go once or twice a year. So it's when her friend goes, then he signed up, then she signed up, and then she goes to make some volunteer activities in the name of their companies.
Okay, and the employee likes these activities, right?
Yes, it's unbelievable for me too, because it's Saturdays, it's their free days, but they like these activities, and they work more efficient when they work together in a different activity. It's said to be.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. And last but not least, here are the benefits of CSR. So the product can be differentiated. You can build a brand image. You can build a brand loyalty. You can make a special marketing communication to the target group. You can make your customers committed. You can have new customers. You can make your customers satisfied. You can increase turnover, and you can make more profit. Let's remember back, for example, to Walmart or Adidas. You can increase the company's confidence, the company's reputation and image. The stakeholders can be more satisfied, and the employees also. And there is a positive effect on recruitment, that people would like to join to a company, and that is a really impact on supported social case. So, and we could see on the PPTs that there is a cost savings and using less energy. And now I would like to play with you. I think, how should we do? Dear students, aren't you tired? Let's play now for some minutes, and then we will finish with the topic of marketing controlling. What do you think?
Yeah, let's play.
Yes,
Let's
let's
play.
play.
Okay. The play will be in the Kahoot. So I share my screen again, but then I will stop sharing, because then you will see the solutions, I guess. Okay, so please join to me that this is the home page. Can you see it?
Yes.
Kahoot.it. And then if you are ready, I stop sharing. No, I don't stop sharing because otherwise you won't see the number. I make a special play for you. You can play it in the phone too, and you can play it in the computer. Do you know Kahoot?
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
Not
So
really.
good. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's happened. Wait a minute.
No, the option.
Yes, yeah, I should use the other. Thank you. I play later. This one. Okay. Okay, I found this. Okay. And I think I need this classic one. Yes, I have it. Okay, so this is the pin of the game. Do you like the music or don't like the music?
Please don't turn on the music. We have bad experience with it.
Yes, I guess. I don't like the music either. Now I succeed. So I will have some questions about the recent presentations. And I usually play with my students after the lessons. I like this gamification element. I think we will have only 8 or 9 questions, if I remember well. Okay, we are 11. Then somebody quit.
I have a question while we are waiting. My question is that perceived value of goods is quite subjective. Like, for example, I have a mobile phone which we purchased recently, and we took it because it's made in India. Like, that's all the reason, and it's quite subjective. So
Yes,
how does it work?
It's very subjective. So what we are expected, somebody will choose that product. For example, there is a so-called pink tax. What is pink? Just search on the Google pink tax. What is pink? It costs more than what is, for example, white. It's really subjective, and we have to know really well the target audience. We have to know really well the different segments. It remains subjective. This is the subjectivity in case of marketing. Was this the question, or?
Yeah, like because even I don't know how is it now, but for iPhones, the white colored ones are slightly more expensive than the black ones, even though many people prefer black ones.
Yes. Okay, I try to give an explanation for this in the topic of consumer behavior. Okay, I write it for myself.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, shall I start the game? I think we are. Let's start.
We are ready.
Let's start.
So I make it today. For today. Marketing 1.0 is product-centric, consumer-centric, human-centric, and digitalization. And please choose the color. Okay, we have 10 answers. It was a product-centric approach, and 9 answers are good. You are really good. I'm proud of you. And Steven was the first, Ruslan and Sophie. People are not only consumers anymore, they are human beings with mind, hearts, and spirits. in case of marketing 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or 4.0. Yes, it was in the case of 3.0. Very good. Steven, Ruslan again, and Arslan coming up. Third question. Johnson & Johnson puts value in employees' life, in working conditions. Very good. Yes, employees' life. Okay, Maria is coming up. Fourth question. CSV is creating social value, creating shared value. It's easy. Creating shared value. It's not so easy. Okay, Maria is coming to the first place. This question. Walmart cut million miles from its delivery routes in 2009. How million miles? Yes, 100 million miles. Stevens is coming up again. 6 has produced shoes and shirts from oceanic waste. Which brand? It's easy. Adidas, of course. Everybody knows it. So good. So you like this example. Ruslan coming up. 7th. Coca-Cola has reduced its worldwide water consumption by how much? By 9%. Very good. And I guess last but not least, no, we have 2 more. Soup has the potential to teach 1 billion people. Not soup, soap. There's a mistake, sorry.
Okay, the answer is in the picture.
Yes, I help a lot. Yes. Life boy. And last, Lipton's better the lives of farm workers, customers, trade unions, and employees. They have all the 10 answers of farm workers. Let's see the results. Who is the third? Arslan. You give 8 good answers. Arslan is the second, and the first is Ruslan. You all give 8 good answers, but the time was different. And the fourth is Maria, and the fifth is Steven. Congratulations. Do you like this play?
Yeah, it was very nice.
I hope. Okay, so tomorrow I will make one from marketing research. I had to think it what to ask.
Okay.
Okay, I know that you are tired, so I will say very less about marketing controlling. Everything will be on the PPT. So why I put it here, it's only that because I wanted to say that it's really important to dealing with controlling. This is my PhD topic, and this is my definition, how I define it. So the task of marketing controlling is to coordinate the information, to coordinate, to make the operative and strategical planning in case of a company, and to have some feedback about the activities. And yes, that was your question, Sid. So this is the so-called psychographic features. Psychographic, that is everything is marketing, which is not not countable. For example, why do I use this pen? Because it's pink and I like this color. Okay, and I'm sure that maybe you will use the yellow one. Okay, the different product choice. I will say it later that how does it works. And that's why it's really hard to control the psychographic features. There are two kinds of marketing controlling. There is the strategical one. The strategical refers to the result achieved in the future. So it's a long run planning. For example, the tools are the portfolio analysis, the gap analysis, the benchmarking, and the scenario technique. And there is the other one, the operative one. Always the strategic is the boss, and the operative one, when we detailed the strategic marketing controlling, so it refers to the existing results. And for example, these are the statistics from the accountant. So the inner statistics in case of a company. So the tools of the operative marketing controlling. And that is important. I try to enlarge it to you. So this is the marketing controlling system. It has 3 subsystems: the information system, the planning system, and the control system. What does it mean? For example, when I wanted to know the consumer satisfaction, first, I have to gather the information. Otherwise, if I do not gathering the feedbacks of my consumers, otherwise I cannot say anything about my consumers. I have to determine the objectives. I have to make a good marketing planning. And then this is only the control things. So people when listen controlling, they only things to control back something. But there is the information gathering too, and to plan that activities. And the marketing audit is that's why here, because we can auditing one by one the process. We can auditing the information system. So if we really collect the relevant information, we can auditing the planning system. Are our objectives are good for what we want, for example? So that is important. And here I want to describe this is a process of marketing controlling. Sorry. So we always make a situation analysis, then we have to determine the objectives as in the other marketing system. And then in case of objectives, we can speak about corporate objectives, psychographic and economic ones. And then we can developing the marketing strategy according to the information and according to the objectives. These are the planning process. We have planned data from here. And then we have the fact data from the realization. And this is the soul of marketing controlling, to controlling the process. Here, so the situation analysis, the determining the objectives, these are the strategic marketing things. And these are the realization, and the feedback is the operative one. Okay, so with that, my aim was only to give a view to you about marketing controlling. If it is interesting, we can make a whole lecture from this. It's really up to you. And now I think I stop my shares. That was all for today, and I'm waiting for your questions. So what do you think? Do you like the way we make it? Do you understand it? Or how can I make it in a different way tomorrow? Or I'm really waiting for the questions.
First of all, I want to say thank you for the lecture. It was so interesting.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback.
And examples also were so interesting. Thank you.
I always try to use lots of examples, because with the examples we can speak one language and we can understand it. So tomorrow the marketing research I will make this way too, to have. Yes, maybe that was a big change between the 2 trends, between the stages of marketing 1, 2, and 3.0, and between CSR. But I wanted to show to you this new trends, this new product, which is suited to marketing 3.0 too. So that's why this was this big jump. Maybe we can feel that there was a big jump. Okay, maybe you are getting tired, I guess. Hi, hello, familiar faces. We have met in Miskolc.
Yes, Irina
Yes.
came.
Irina, welcome. I didn't know that you are here too. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Okay.
So,
Anybody else, please?
I
Yes,
have
please.
a question. So you described different stages of marketing, like 1.0, 2.0, etc. The way ahead, what are some more core or fundamental changes in the way we should approach marketing in our currently overwhelmingly rapid pace of development of the digital world? Like what should be the changes in the way we approach marketing?
Yes, yes. The answer is maybe the digital marketing. So it's in the digital marketing. So this personalized solutions. For example, when you click on a product, you will see that product for more than a week. It's called remarketing because they remember you that you didn't buy that product, you haven't buy that product yet, but you can buy it. And there is a so-called interactive remarketing. It means you won't see this plan only in yellow, you will see it in different colors. Maybe you do not buy this pen because of its color. So I will show them the other two colors too, and then you can choose which to buy. So it will be really personalized. And I really suggest to see this social dilemma because it's really terrifying how Google searching after us. So how they searching after our consumer behavior, our patterns, that what do we want to buy? Or for example, the different shopping carts in the shops. You give full information that what are the food that you usually buy, for example. Okay, so I think that is the future marketing, the more personalized one, and they can make it online. And let's see now this COVID situation that people starts to buy more and more online because they are afraid of go to the shops and we are buy more online. And for example, that is the same with the payment methods. In Hungary, we get our salary from our bank card and we use cash. But now we have to use bank card because of the COVID, because the government told us to use the bank card. Otherwise, we usually pay with cash in the big shops too. So now we started to go the bank card things. So this maybe the answer is the automatization, the more personalized way, and it was the question, Sid, what you mean? Did
Well,
I get
yeah,
you?
more or less.
Mhm.
Yeah, but how do we individualize our customers? Like, we are not Google, we are not Facebook.
Mhm. So sorry, what is the question? So how we?
How do we individualize our customers?
Mhm. Oh, I
Like,
mean, as a company. Mhm.
yeah, because
Uh,
not everybody has the resources like Google or Facebook, or even if we take artificial intelligence, yeah, it will take some time before it comes down to entrepreneurs and small businesses and in our daily lives. Like,
yes, yes, I
you get what?
understand. Yes. For example, my husband has a little business, and he collects the information one by one from his consumers. So we always know the different ordering. We know the preferences in case of the products, and we know when the consumers change the products. And at that, when there is a changing, we always ask why. So why they changed for the new, why they do not use the others. So we always communicate with the consumers to get to know better. So maybe there is an unsatisfied things with the consumers or just they like the new design better. So I think with collecting informations, with observing the consumers and with communication with them.
Thank you.
Welcome. You have really good questions. All of you. I have to think it over what to answer.
So
I think I want to say thank you because it's a very long topic and hard topic to explain, but was very clear and concise. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Andres. I will send it as soon as we finish to Sophia. And Sophia, you can share with the students so they can have
Okay,
the
please.
material to learn from it more, I think.
so we will share with students all materials. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate.
So we will have another lesson tomorrow. So I think
Yes.
we can ask who want to come tomorrow. You can make.
At what time will be tomorrow, the
Yes.
lesson or the conference?
The
At
same.
what time?
The
And,
same.
At the same time? Oh, okay, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. So Noemi, thank you very much for your lesson. And I also studied with Kotler book many years ago, so I was happy to see it again. Thank you very much, and it was really excited. I hope our students will come tomorrow to continue, and I think it is late, so have a good time. Thank you to everybody for our work today.
Thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you, Maria, and thank you for you students that you were here and you supported me, and we can make a good lecture here. Tomorrow we will continue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.